Well, as we near the end of this horrific season for Chelsea, more and more things are coming out. More recently, I do feel that Pochettino is trying to put a little bit more responsibility, I don't want to say pressure, but responsibility on not only himself, but on the player, the sporting directors, and especially the ownership. And I 100% agree with what he's doing. Some people might say, oh, you don't say this out in public, you don't say this in the media, you say it in the locker room, you say it in the offices, etc., etc. But no, in my opinion, as someone who's probably protected many of the underperforming players way too much, I honestly enjoy him being a bit more honest and actually putting, now I will use the word pressure, putting a bit more pressure on those that are responsible for the underperformance this season. I'm not saying he's completely not responsible, but there has been quite a lot of things that, in my opinion, just didn't make any sense since the new ownership came in. So let's go back in time a little bit. By the way, thank you everyone for joining the channel, enjoying the videos. If I can ask you one little favor, it's to hit that subscribe button. Most of you watch the videos, don't subscribe. All I'm asking you is hit that subscribe button. It's free. You can always unsubscribe later. So thank you very much. So let's start with the appointment of Christopher Vivel. So these were the comments by Todd Burley. We are delighted that Christopher is taking up this important leadership role at the club. His work in Germany and Austria speaks for itself. We are confident he will continue on his impressive trajectory here at Chelsea. For those that don't know, when he was at Red Bull Salzburg, notable signings: Patson Daka, Amadou Hadara, Dominic Szoboszlai, Karim Adeyemi, Erling Haaland, Benjamin Sesko. Notable sales: Upamecano, Amadou Hadara, and Naby Keita, all to Red Bull Leipzig, Erling Haaland to Borussia Dortmund. Then, RB Leipzig, notable signings: Szoboszlai, Solot, Brian Brobby, Andre Silva, Josko Vardiol, Angelino, Moriba, Simekan, Timo Werner, Benjamin Sesko. Notable sales: Upamecano, Konate, Adams, Lookman, and Brian Brobby. So quite a good job by the guy. So when we got the announcement that he's going to join Chelsea, most of us fans, if not all, were quite excited. Little did we know that his stint at Chelsea was short-lived. We don't exactly know what happened behind closed door, but probably ownership, other sporting directors at the club, the current one, did not agree with his strategy. Maybe they wanted solely to focus on attracting young, inexperienced players. He clearly had another vision, and so, his career at Chelsea was short-lived. Moving on to bad move number 2 is the sacking of Thomas Tuchel. The comments: the reality of our decision was that we just weren't sure that Thomas saw things the same way we did. No one's right or wrong, it's just that we didn't share a vision for the future. I do wonder what type of vision that is, but okay. It wasn't about soccer, I hate that word, it's football. It was really about the shared vision for what we wanted Chelsea Football Club to look like. I mean, if we look at the state of Chelsea today, I really wonder what kind of Chelsea Football Club they really want to create. One that doesn't win anything, one that loses to plenty of teams, one that ridicules itself week in, week out, one that only attracts young, inexperienced players, pays an enormous amount of money for them, puts them on an 8-year contract. I mean, what type of club are we running here? Or we could have continued with Thomas Tuchel, who won the Champions League, Club World Cup, was loved by the fans, had an experience, but also a younger team. Nah, that would have been too easy. Then, moving on to Pochettino. So one quote by Pochettino from a while ago: I play with my reputation to come to Chelsea. Also in a project that is to build a team with young, talented players with the potential to become top players. Then, more recently, we need to trust the players and they need to trust in us. The owners need to trust in us, trust in our vision and view. The sporting directors need to understand that we are the people dealing directly with the players and performance and the medical staff. This is extremely important. I've talked about this for quite a while. If you want to build a dynasty, let's say, you have to be top and bottom line football people. Continues by saying here, clubs that are winning titles are working this way. It is about having trust and having a vision that this is the way we need to operate and work. You ask me if the player need to improve, if they deserve to be here. Yes. If not, it looks like it's only me, not the whole organization. It should be the whole organization. Because of the results, you can say, yes, it's just him, meaning the coach, but I don't have the keys of the club. I don't take all the decisions here. That is to be made clear. If you say to me, I have the key and this guy is here because it's my decision, that is one thing, which was the case with Jose Mourinho 1.0, right? This is not a head coach, this is a manager. He continued by saying, but if this is not my decision, you need to judge me and judge him in his job, no? Because it's not my direct responsibility. But I accept the game, I accept the rules, and that is not in my hands. We try to work and give our best, but then it is about time and of course to have some luck in the dressing room. This is in my opinion sending a clear message to the higher ups, the sporting directors, technical directors, the ownerships that look, I'm a coach, I'm not a magician. A coach, like I said, a coach is only as good as the players available to him. You can get the best coach on the planet, but if you get him broken tools, either one, it's not going to work out, period. Or two, give him some time to make those tools a bit better, to repair those tools, and maybe buy some actual good ones. Because if you look at our strategy so far, it's been sell experience, replace that experience with inexperienced, young, expensive players on an 8-year contract. Why is it so bad to be on an 8-year contract? Well, because one, the managers are never on an 8-year contract. So the players know, look, I'm here for 8 years. I don't care if I don't perform well right now. Manager will get sacked. I will still get paid. I will still be here. And then the next manager, if I like him or not, I will perform. That's the problem when you have players that don't really play for the badge, that play only for the plata. And going back to the recruitment strategy, Paul Merson here, it almost seems like agents are sending videos of a player, 5-minute clips, and Chelsea have gone, I'll take him. Oh my God, how good is he? Look at his clips, look at him. They've just got a YouTube team together. Basically a bit like Alex Goldberg and his cult on X. But of course, afterwards, all these accounts on Twitter, X, however you want to call it, are always complaining, are always calling for Pochettino's head. But hey, in each and every transfer window, they were the cheerleaders. They were the one jumping up and down when we were linked, or there were rumors of us being linked to an unknown player from an unknown club, but he was 18 years old, and someone on YouTube made a nice video of him dribbling 2 to 3 times, making 2 to 3 passes, and scored 1 goal. So suddenly it's the next Eden Hazard, it's the next world-class player, it's the next this, the next that. We have to pay 50, we have to pay 60, 100 million for him, etc., etc. Yeah, sure, this isn't Football Manager, people. Moving on to something that has been discussed quite a lot in recent weeks, and that's the shift in focus towards, putting the blame on Todd Boehly, but actually acknowledging that he puts his own money into this investment, whereas this dude right here, Eghbali, which works for Clear Capital, founder, co-founder, Clear Capital, which owns 61% of the club. This is a screenshot from a video, an interview back in 2022. The title here, buying a sports team is one of the ways that you can get legal monopoly. All of this interview is basically them talking about how much money they can make by investing in sports teams. And so, right now, you've got the greedy guy here on the left and the fall guy here on the right. One probably wants to build a successful club, knows that it's going to take a while the other hides behind the screen and wants to make as much money as possible in as little as time as possible. Of course, building a dynasty, building the multi-club structure is going to take some time. For some reason, they thought they could do it all in a season or two, which clearly has not been working so far. Hopefully in the summer, they are going to switch their strategy. In my opinion, last year, the biggest mistake they've made is saying, any player above the age of 25, 26, we're not really going to look at them. Huge issue, because I do think that if we had signed a player like Madison, for example, just one of the few players I want to mention, I think we would have done quite a better job this season. Hopefully they learn their lessons. Hopefully Pochettino puts a bit more pressure on them. And yeah, towards the end of the season, there's going to be a full review. And in the summer, maybe some tweaks here and there. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.